What's up, guys? Here, let's hit the play button on the actual music instead of the whatever nebulous thing is just going on there. I hope you guys are doing alright this morning. It's a chill one, just stationary bike. I'm on one. Not much. I do have cool news. I got stickers from Star Salts with all the slowpokes on them. I love these. They're so cute. I also got a bag from Star Salts. It doesn't have slowpoke on it, but it does have a yeah. This is not the good camera for it. Here, maybe I should actually make the super duper stationary bike simulator reel disappear for a second. It's got all the water type Pokemon on it. You can see like all the starters. Like it's got Oshawott. It's got well, I was gonna say Quagsire, but I said starters. It's got Mudkip. It's got Totodile. Some places on here you can see Froakie and Piplup. Quaxley even on there. Squirtle. Popplio. Sobble. Just got all of them. And also Magikarp and Quagsire. Probably another one. Lapras. That's cute. Just a bunch of good ones. I'm a big fan of water types. I don't know if you know this. I'm a big fan of water type Pokemon. One of my favorite types. And this is just an absolutely cute, precious bag. Go check out Star Salts. Fantastic artist. Lots of good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, let's make the super duper appear again. But yeah. Not been doing a ton this morning. Not getting picked up, right? Cool. I'm chewing gum right now. Because it helps with like, I don't know, it helps in the morning. But yeah, not a ton going on. I did just kind of get up around 7, and I haven't really done a lot this morning. But yeah, fun stuff. I would have started earlier. I actually delayed this by, usually I start at 7:30. I delayed this by half an hour because my blood sugar was a bit low. But we're good now. Maybe I should make a list of topics for. I don't want to increase the amount of effort that I put into these. Really don't want to make it a thing, a whole thing. It's kind of as is. It's just kind of I'm doing something. It's something to do here. Putting Discord up in the middle. Amogus.cursor. Look, can you see this? I'm looking at the Amogus. Maybe I could put on Super Auto Pets. I could play Super Auto Pets while I'm doing this. Yeah, hold on. Game capture. There we go. Let's make this smaller. I want this up here, but I mean, like, it doesn't have to be so big, right? Yeah. It's making me smaller, too. Jack gets to go. Chat is relegated to the corner proper. I'm playing Spooper. Hold on. That's not updated. Interesting. Isn't working. Okay, well, not playing Super Autopets then. I'll figure that out later. But can't be bothered right now. By the way, the last song was Listen Up Longhope, which is from Cryptic Crush. Cool game. It's about dating mythical monsters. So if you like monsters, if you like cute character designs, Squidino did a lot of the, I say a lot, did all the character designs for that game. They all look fantastic. The music's generally pretty peppy and pleasant. I played a little bit of it. I haven't played a lot of it. But it's a really cool looking game. I'm not really one for dating sims, but I did get captured by the music a little bit. And I became a big fan of the artist through it. So you see any good movies lately? I'm not one to watch movies, so I don't know whenever new stuff comes out. It doesn't really get to me. Sometimes I hear about the big new Marvel flick because Spider-Man's in it, and somebody will be like, "Hey, have you watched the new Spider-Man movie?" And I'm like, "There's a new Spider-Man movie?" I still haven't watched Across the Spider-Verse. I said I was gonna watch that like 2 days after it came out, and then I haven't watched it. Maybe I should watch that right now. Where to watch Across the Spider-Verse? Netflix, okay. Oh, or Prime Video, hold on. Currently unavailable to watch in your location. Okay, so only Netflix. Oh, it's Disney Plus. Unavailable. Gotcha. Unavailable on Netflix, so I do actually have to get Disney Plus to watch it. Interesting. Well, the more you know. I've been having fun poking around with the Minecraft modding stuff recently. I say recently. Yeah, I've just found this cool new thing called Minecraft. I've been modding it. I've never heard of it before. Like, I haven't been modding Minecraft for almost a decade at this point. To be fair, you wouldn't know it because I hid all my early stuff and got rid of it. And I wish I could undo that now. Like, I think every artist does that. Meh, you know, it'd be disingenuous to say, "Oh, I'm not an artist because I make Minecraft mods." Like, it's art. It's a kind of art. Because as much as I'd love to say, "Oh, it's not art," when I do it, that'd be kind of a lie, right? Like, I consider art whenever other people do it, so I should probably consider art whenever I do it. It just doesn't feel... It doesn't feel like art. I think that's like an easy trap to fall into, right? It's just kind of like... It's easy to feel like you're producing a product sometimes, even when it... Oh. I was like, what is that thing on my wall? But no, that's the green screen getting cropped out. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. But it's easy to think like... It's easy to feel like you're special, like, in a negative way, too. Like, easy to go, "Oh, but whenever it's art, but whenever I do it, it's not art, right?" But it is. It's the same thing. It's the same thing whether you're doing it or whether other people are doing it. It's just as personal to you. It's just as special. So why should it be different? And I think, really, like, people owe their art something. When you make something, when you bring something into the world, I think you owe... I think you owe it, like, at least taking it seriously. Like, taking it at face value. And that doesn't just go for, like... That doesn't just go for, like, treating your art as art, right? Like, I feel like if you... I don't know. I do feel somewhat of pressure to conduct myself in a certain way. Not just because, like, I care what people think about me, because really I don't care what people think about me that much. If I did, I would be a much sadder person, I think, because, I don't know, people can be judgmental about things that ultimately don't matter. But really what I do care about is, I don't want to do anything that potentially jeopardizes the way that people see the things I create. I don't want to do something heinous and then have somebody, like, say, oh, well, they made this mod and they did something bad, so we can't support the mod, right? Or they made this video and then they made this video and they supported something abhorrent, so we can't support the video because that supports them. I don't want... Ideally, I'd like it to be completely removed from every work that I produce, but especially with how personal the stuff I produce is, I understand why that's not possible. But I feel like I want to be... This might be weird. I want to be a good person, not because I care that people think I'm a good person, but because I care that people's view of the things that I make isn't tainted by me being a bad person, right? And to some extent, as weird as it may be to say, to some extent, I think that reciprocal is true too. I don't want people to go to my stuff just because they know me and they like me. And again, that's kind of hard, because a lot of the stuff I make is so personal. It's so intimately tied to who I am, and like the brand is me to some degree with YouTube videos, right? Because like it's my personality, and especially this. Like, if you're watching this, first off, God help your soul. Second off, if you're watching these videos, you're not watching them because I'm doing interesting gameplay. Half the time I've got the world's shittiest mic, and I'm groaning and going over Ring Fit. And the other time I'm sitting here listening to music you can listen to on YouTube on your own, and just pedaling and talking. The only reason you'd be here is my personality, is because you'd like me. And that's kind of tough, because my personality kind of is the art in that case, and that's a weird thing to say, but I don't know. I feel like I owe it to the things I make to not misrepresent them. To let people enjoy them on their own merit. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't really feel restricted by that. Because truth be told, I don't have a desire to do shitty things or be a bad person. Like, obviously, I don't think most people do. I think people are just, like, conflicted or misguided about the way that, like, people just... Not everybody's misguided, obviously, but... I don't think most people think they're doing something wrong. But also, I don't know. I don't feel a particular pressure to betray my virtues. And I feel extremely lucky that that's the case. I understand that that's a privileged position to be in. But I also just don't think that that's like... I'm not particularly articulate right now, because I am just like kind of talking off the dome. But I feel like that's a good position to be in for somebody who makes things. I think that as a creator, I'm very lucky to be in that kind of position. Because being somewhere where, I don't know, where you feel like the need to compromise the things you make, or you feel the need to compromise your personal integrity in order to make ends meet, I feel like that's something a choice you shouldn't have to make. And I don't abhor people who have to make that choice. Like, back when I was making a lot less money than I am now, I put sponsors in videos. because I wanted to be able to pay my editor. And I didn't have a lot of extra money to make that happen. And now I don't really need to do that. But like, if somebody puts sponsors in videos, I'm not going to be upset about them. Obviously, if there's like some obvious, blatant moral transgression that the sponsor consistently produces, like maybe like if somebody doesn't, I could see somebody maybe not knowing about the BetterHelp situation, but continuing to support BetterHelp after you clearly do, maybe I'd have an issue with that, but money's important, man. It sucks, but it is. It's hard to get, and you need a lot of it to live. I'm not going to be upset at somebody because they needed money. Because they accepted a sponsor that wasn't 100% on the up and up. Just to get by. This is a life of compromises in the end. And I'm just extremely lucky that I haven't had to make a lot. But also, I am glad that I don't have to make those. Like I said, because I feel like that's something I owe the things I produce, even if I don't think they're particularly artistic, even if I don't think that I'm particularly talented at making things. I do think I make things, and I want the things that I make to be able to be enjoyed on their own merit. And that's really what it boils down to. So if I ever get canceled, if I ever do something incredibly shitty, I hope I don't. I hope that, like, I don't know. I know people change. I don't ever want to lose sight of kind of the way that I feel now and the way that I've felt in the past. Even though I kind of look at the past me and I cringe and I feel like I was a shitty person, I feel like that's an important perspective to keep, is the way that I felt back then. And similarly, I hope I keep the way that I feel now close to my heart, so that I don't become somebody who my current self would abhor. And maybe I will. And maybe that's even a good thing. But I don't know. There's always the chance that I'm a worse person now than I think I am. And maybe I'll become better. And the current me wouldn't like that. Who knows? I feel like I've kind of gone off on a huge tangent. I'm not really sure exactly where I ended up. But sometimes it feels good to just talk, right? And maybe I've said something worthwhile. Who knows? Nobody will. Because, I mean, nobody watches these. That's honestly kind of a relief. I feel like I owe these less. Full disclosure. I do the workout streams for personal reasons. Not because I want to create something. But because I want to be held accountable. And I want to hang out with y'all. It's nice to have a chat in the morning while I'm riding on an exercise bike. Or working out. And especially nowadays when I can't really get out of the house easily every day. It's just nice to come and do a thing. Even if that thing is sit on a bike and listen to music. And occasionally talk to chat. It's nice. I feel like I sound like a 60-year-old woman going to church. Like, oh yeah, I love the pastor. He's so sweet. I don't know why I'm British.
Oh yes, I love the pastor. I put 30% in the communion bowl this week, just for him. That's how much I love that man.
Nah. It's, I don't know. I appreciate the consistency. Since nobody watches these, I'm gonna do something I don't usually do and talk about something that's a bit embarrassing for me. I walk with a cane sometimes. I don't love it. But I'm excited. I'm starting to kind of embrace it. I've kind of been afraid of it because it means that, like, I have to acknowledge that my body doesn't work the way it used to. But now I've got little Slowpoke stickers from Star Salts. Again, by the way, love Star Salts. I don't know. That feels like a little victory to me. Like, I can't really control that part of my life 100%, but I'm reclaiming a bit of it. That feels good. I'm kind of putting my foot down and saying, this is mine. This is something I control. And as much as I can control it, I will. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. But it feels good. I may technically be disabled or whatever, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna sit down and let life steer me, right? Let my health determine the outcomes. I am going to do the things I want to do if that means I have to kick and scream and cry the whole time. Because, frankly, I am about done letting pain decide how I can live my life. And that's not true. I manage, and I do things to manage it, but that's fine. That doesn't mean that I'm, like, losing, right? 2 steps forward and 1 step back is still a step forward. Hell, a half step forward is still a step forward. And here's the thing they don't tell you. Even if you take a step forward and 2 steps back, you took that step forward. And even if you don't end up where you thought you did, where you thought you would, you end up further forward than you would have otherwise. And I think that's important to remember. Sometimes it feels like you're only losing ground, but if you're losing ground slower, you're still gaining ground. Really. You're better off than you would have been. I don't know. That's the kind of thing that I tell myself, at least, to make things feel better. I think it works. Not to brag, but I'm a little bit of an inspirational person when it comes to talking to myself. I'm good at looking in the mirror and saying, "You could do this, goddammit." I don't really need to be inspirational to other people. I just need to be inspirational to me, right? And if that means that I get to feel haughty-taughty and like feel like I'm a bit better than I need to for a bit, I mean, that's fine. That means I get up off my ass and do stuff. I think that's the important thing. I think if I lay down and just let things happen, that's when I've lost. But until then, I'm winning. Every day, all the time. Y'all remember Charlie Sheen? I'm like that guy, except without all the drugs and the harassment. This is why I shouldn't talk off the dome, because I start comparing myself to Charlie goddamn Sheen. But did he actually ever do anything other than the drugs and stuff? I'm not gonna look it up on stream. Shout out to Grayskull on my Discord server. Hold on. They have done a fantastic job making some textures for Scripter, and I'm considering asking if I could use them for the base mod, because those kick ass. Okay. Yeah, stop doing the lifts because my palms are getting bruised. Or gonna get bruised. I'm so soft nowadays. If I touch myself too hard, I bruise. It's fine. I'm made of paper and glass, but... You know, paper still cuts. And glass is pretty strong when you let it be. Just gotta be careful how you use it. I'm gonna make myself a little bit bigger again. Where am I? Am I here? Am I this one? Oh. Yeah, there I am. I'm bigger. Yeah, you can tell I didn't turn on my backlights for the... So this is why I have stage lighting. I've got a second filter I turn on whenever I don't use the stage lighting. That's a bit more aggressive, but has less smoothness, and you can see the flickering and stuff. That's because of that. Usually I have wider lighting for behind me, and just like aggressive white lighting across the whole green screen. And then I have yellow lighting for in front of me. And then I just counterbalance, just different types of lighting on both sides so that it's like easier to filter out the green screen. And it also means I can wear slightly green clothes, like I can wear teal now and stuff, but if I don't set everything up, it looks a bit, it's a bit rough. Let's see, is it? Yeah, you can see, you can tell it's more aggressive because it gets the green stripe here, even though it's a completely different green than the one behind me. Usually with full lighting, that's less of a deep green and honestly closer to like a green blue. But this is like proper green. It's because the lighting back there is kind of cobalt. And I actually did replace the overhead lighting with a white light. It used to be a more natural light, but this helps with the green screen stuff. I don't usually use the overhead lighting as my primary lighting for it though, but I don't know. I've been rearranging my room recently, so I didn't really want to use those lights. Yeah. Even though nobody's been here this morning, it's been a good talk. Thank y'all for listening. If anybody rewatches these, like, actually, you know what? Thank you. It's kind of weirdly sweet. I don't know. It feels kind of good to say the, like, utterly inconsequential as everything I've said today is. It feels kind of good to say them somewhere where I could be heard. Doesn't matter if I am heard. In fact, it's almost like the ambiguity is almost nice, right? The fact that this could be lost in a sea of all the words that I've ever said. And knowing that nobody's watching right now. It's almost freeing. I'm talking to someone. But I don't know who that someone is. That's cool. If you're watching this, don't tell me you're watching this. Don't leave a comment. You can subscribe if you want. It's not like I really check who I am subscribed. I don't really even know if that's a thing I can do. I know there's like a public subscribers list, but I don't look at that. Just... I don't know. Don't let me know if you watch this. Maybe watch my main videos if you want to. You can let me know if you watch those, but... if you watch this specific video, that's okay. I appreciate you. But I don't need to know. I think there's some kind of power in not knowing. And I want to keep that mystique alive. That's not true for all of these. Listen, I got an ego. I like knowing whenever you watch my stuff generally. Makes me feel good. This one, special. Let's keep it that way. I'm gonna go for 5 more minutes. If anybody drops in those 5 minutes, whew. But I don't know. This has been nice. I've just kind of been pedaling at a consistent pace the whole time. I have been cranking the resistance back up on this, so this consistent pace I've been trying to keep. It does actually get more and more effective as time goes on. Here, I'm gonna be a bit conceited. I'm gonna look at my dashboard real quick. My shirt got 12 views. Why did you skibbity to Gyat in Ohio? Help me. Save me. Why do people comment this shit? Oh, that was Hobo. Oh, it was Hobo. I know why he commented that stuff. Because he wants me to feel bad. Man, I was kind of hoping that my latest Minecraft video would be meteoric. But it's fine that it's not. I'm proud of this one, though. I feel like I did a good job with it. I do feel like my editing chops are consistently getting better. I did a lot of things for it. I got a lot of people telling me what to do. Telling me what I should and shouldn't be doing. I listen, but like, I don't know. I don't listen all the time. I think that's good. I want to make my thing. I want to make something for me. Because really, like, I love you guys. Like, you guys are all cool. I'm making this shit for me, first and foremost. I want to make the videos that I make. I don't know. The highlights are... It may seem weird, because, like, the highlights usually... I don't usually do the highlights. I send those over to my editor, Dennis. Along with some upcoming videos, but generally all the highlights are made by Dennis. I make some of them, but the highlights are special to me. I enjoy doing the streams, and the highlights kind of remind me about the parts of the streams that I enjoy the most. Sometimes they feel like a bit burdensome, just because, not because like I dislike them or dislike anything about them, but because they're a thing that I do, and I am unfortunately incredibly lazy, and anything that I do feels like a chore sometimes. And I don't know, the highlights remind me of the parts that I enjoy. The highlights remind me that I enjoy making them, and that other people enjoy watching them. That's special, right? That's cool. And obviously the project videos I'm just generally proud of. Like, I put a lot of time and effort into them. Like, I mean, I think that's obvious. I make like whole ass mods for single videos. I've started putting animations in the videos. I think that's cool. I don't know if people like them. I like them, so I'm gonna keep doing them. I've been like putting more effort into sound design. I find music. I find unique music for each video that I think is appropriate. And I either make sure that I have access to the libraries that they're in, or I reach out to the artist and make sure I have permission to include it. I think that's actually, weirdly enough, one of the more difficult parts of making the videos is getting licensing for the music. I don't know, everything's scripted now. That's cool. I kind of used to just, like, the first Minecraft video was just kind of off the cuff. I made the mods, and then I opened up Minecraft and recorded me using the mods. I talked about it. No, I do more than that. I think that's cool. And like, I've got an upcoming cooking video. These cooking videos are kind of a weird beast for me, because I have to cordon off my whole kitchen to make them. That's why I only do them twice a year. Is because I take over the kitchen for like 3 or 4 days to just cook a bunch of stuff that, honestly, my husband usually doesn't even eat much of, which I try not to do, but it's cool. Anyways, oh, we've actually got a viewer. Hey, if you were here for any of that, you're very special, and I love you stuff, keep it to yourself. You are very special, and I'm sure I do love you, but also there's a reason that I said I don't want to know if anybody's watching that part of the stream. But yeah, take it easy. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up and get showered and get ready for getting back to work. But I'll see you guys around. Take it easy. Bye.